friends, thank you so much for clicking this video. My name is Chesiyna and you are welcome. So guys, pray for me. I've had a busy week. I've been up and down with a childhood friend in DC, so I'm kind of tired this past week. So pray for me that that I remain on task as I shoot this video. Yes. So today I want to talk about authenticity, and this is one of those topics that I love. I've talked about it. I think I dedicated a whole entire chapter on my book, Made of Steel. I have numerous blog posts on my website, which is madeofsteel.com as well. So this is something that I hold so dear. I even included it as part of my mission on my blog. So this is something that's so dear to me. So I hope I can be able to do this this topic justice. So guys, please, if there's one video that I would like you to like and share, it's this one, because I really believe in this. So get yourself a cup of tea or coffee or whatever beverage you like, relax, and let's begin. I will begin by asking you a question. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I want to ask you, 1 being least authentic and 10 being most authentic, how would you rate yourself as far as authenticity? Is it the scale of 1? Where you are least authentic and you're like, I know I'm least authentic, or maybe you're somewhere in the middle, or maybe you would give yourself a solid 10 where you say, Heather, I know I'm the most authentic form of myself. So go ahead and give yourself maybe a mental note, write on your phone or jot down on a piece of paper, because I will revisit that at the end of this particular video. Okay? So go ahead and do that for me. This is my clinical side coming in, so I'm sorry. Sometimes it does just come in. Now I will be glancing on my phone because, as I said, I think I exhausted all my brain cells this past week when I was all over DC. But I would like to go ahead and also just set the scene of the kind of terrain that we are in right now. We are in the age of social media. It's fast-paced, we're constantly connected. So it's really easy to conform and really fall into the pressure of being superficial, right? And it's very easy to copy-paste what everyone else is doing. And I feel as if nowadays people find it easy just to follow the crowd. It's really easy to follow the crowd, right? So I believe that there is a lot of inauthenticity going on. Now with that, I know that there's lots of lovely messages that people are talking about authenticity. So everywhere you go, you will see maybe that TikTok video or that YouTube video where people tell us to become the truest form of ourselves, right? I think this has been harped everywhere, where there's this push and people are trying to wake others in, hey, it's okay to be authentic. It's okay to go against the grain. It's okay to not fit in. So I think this is really lovely that people are recognizing that, hey, this is an issue and we need to tell people that it is okay, right? Now I want to go ahead and give you the meaning of authenticity. So I believe this is dictionary.com, and it defines authentic as being of undisputed origin or authorship, not a copy or genuine. And of course, I'll put something over here for you to see. So again, it says undisputed origin, authorship, not a copy, and genuine. Yes, so that's how I wanted to start this particular video, and we'll move over and speak about inauthenticity. Pray for me, guys. Let's continue. Let's be honest, guys, everyone has a degree of inauthenticity. It might not be that much. Maybe there's a specific area in your life where you really feel like, hey, I really want to work on this and become the truest form of myself. That's me. I do have aspects of my life where I feel as if, okay, this is something that I need to work on, especially from a spiritual aspect. And just to share a quick story, I remember, and I think I've talked about this a lot, but I used to blog anonymously for so many years, and I loved writing. I've always loved science, and I'm just nerdy, geeky, I'm a bookworm. And there was a period in my life where I did not want anyone to know that I was blogging. So I believe it was 2 years ago where I just felt as if I had two identities. I had this identity that was mad and crazy about blogging and writing and all things geeky, and there was another side of me where I just wanted this persona of, hey, I'm just working, I want to go up the career ladder. So I was really suppressing my creative side. So 2 years ago, I just decided, okay, I want to reconcile these two people. I want to be the most authentic form of myself. And it was really scary because I put up this persona of this corporate girl who is going for conferences and doing all these things, but I was really suppressing this other side. So sometimes some levels of inauthenticity are beyond your control, right? But I feel now I really feel free because I'm not hiding. I never even used to put out my name on my blog, right? So sometimes you will have maybe a small area of your life where you want to be more authentic. Yeah, so that's just something to think about. I don't know what areas in your life that you feel as if you want to really be more authentic. So think about that. Now, as Christians, we have to understand that our authenticity is hardwired to the things of God, right? So we become our most authentic self when we pursue the things of God. So our mandate is really different because we have to pursue the things of God, right? And when we do that, we do shed our inauthenticity. And I want to share a verse that I love so much, and I think I usually put snippets of it at the end of a couple of my videos. So that's 1 Peter 2:9, and it says, "But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." So when I was thinking about authenticity, this is a verse that came to my spirit. And I really feel strongly about it because if you think about it, God has called us out of darkness, right? He has called out of darkness. And I believe when you are in darkness, that's when you are the most inauthentic form of yourself. Now he's calling us into his marvelous light. So when we pursue the things of God, we are in alignment with his plans and his purpose. And as we pursue our purpose journey, he will reveal to us that, hey, this area, we need to fix it. I've had a lot of those moments, especially in my year of rest. I just felt as if God told me to basically open that junk drawer where I had all these things that I was just hiding and forgetting. And I'm just saying this in a spiritual sense, okay? But you know, those things in life where you just have forgotten about, you don't want to think about, and God is like, hey, this year you're gonna deal with this. Yes, so as you pursue God and you have a relationship with Him, it's so beautiful the way He will be so gentle and kind in just really motivating you to pursue the things of God. And you can only do that by remaining in the secret place, spending time with Him, reading His Word. Yes, so again, when we are in darkness, as Christians, and I think everyone anyway, when you are in darkness, that's when you are the most inauthentic form of yourself. But as you do this self-work, as you read the Word and pursue things of God, then you'll be more authentic and you'll be happy, right? Yes. Okay, so far so good, guys. Another thing is that it's really important for you to recognize and be aware when you're being inauthentic. And I would say, take it to God and just tell Him that, hey, this area of my life, I want to be more authentic. So take it to God. It's normal for people to have certain degrees of inauthenticity. It's normal. So always take it to God. Now, another thing is that people misconstrue or just think that authenticity equals just getting a microphone or taking a loudspeaker and just airing your dirty linen and just basically spilling all the beans about your life. No. You can still be authentic and you can still be private. You can still be authentic and still be reserved like I am. I'm very reserved. So please, let's not think that for you to be authentic, you have to just talk about every aspect of your life on the internet or on TikTok or whatever, whichever platform you're on. No. In my case, I've found that sometimes God will ask me to table a couple of things, and then much later, maybe I'll talk about it in a book or maybe in a blog post. So yes, not everything should be shared so that you can have this label of, oh yeah, she's this authentic chick. No. Please let us really be careful. There is this particular person, and gosh, I'm trying to find the specific person and quote because I will paraphrase and I know I'm going to butcher it because the original one was really good. But someone once said that it should be a privilege for you to discuss certain things about your life to people. So not everyone should have that access into your life about certain things. It should be a privilege, right? And I believe that as far as inner circles, there are certain things that they may be privy to that other maybe acquaintances may not be privy to. And yeah, I know everyone is different, but I think we should just really guard ourselves, especially in this day and age. Please do not just air all your business or your private life and then maybe, yes, let me just say that, oh my gosh. Yeah, so, but you know, I'm really private about stuff. So that is it. And we will move over to copycats. Copycats. You cannot talk about authenticity without touching on copycats. And I actually wrote a blog post about copycats. It was actually a rant. Yeah, so you can, okay, was it a rant? Okay, maybe it was a rant, but go ahead and read it if you want to read it. It's a really lovely blog post. I love it so much that I'm going to go ahead and read the 12 tips because, you know, sometimes you write as a writer and you're like, man, that was good, right? So we thank God for that. Now, as far as copycats, I feel one of my pet peeves is when people say, oh, there's nothing new under the sun. And its imitation is a form of flattery, right? And as a blogger, I'll just go ahead and tell you what my rant was about. I had a couple of websites scrape my content and I was so annoyed. And Yes, so I just ended up just ranting on a blog post because, hey, why not? So most people say there's nothing new under the sun. Imitation is it's a sincerest form of flattery. No, I think that's a scapegoat, guys. And it's just an excuse to steal or for theft. I know that sometimes there are certain phrases that people use over and over that we do not know the source of. Like there's this phrase that people say, elevation requires separation. I don't even know who said that particular phrase, but everyone says it. So I know that sometimes people don't do it intentionally and it's just woven into the fabric of society. But there are some people who they know what they're doing is wrong. It's not a mistake. They're actually copy pasting your work and other things. I don't know what else other people do, but for me, in forms of writing, I've had a lot of issues with that. Yes, so I just want to go ahead and talk about 12 strategies that I wrote down that, oh my goodness, it's lovely. And I think this fits into this whole authenticity thing. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention is you can't be inauthentic without being a copycat. So they're just elements of your life that you're like, oh, I'm being inauthentic. But if you're a copycat, you're automatically inauthentic. Okay, so it's a double whammy. So the first thing I wrote is to prevent inauthenticity. So I'm going to actually flip these points to this. What I'm talking about is, remember whose you are. You are a child of God, right? And that identity cannot be taken away from you. So please be comfortable in the fact that you are a child of God, okay? Number 2, find your confidence in Christ. I know sometimes you can doubt your calling and you can doubt your gifts, which it's normal, imposter syndrome and everything like that, right? But the truth is, our confidence should never come from our abilities or what people think of us. It should always come from God, okay? Another thing is focus on your own journey. Oh my goodness, this is so big, especially for me, because I know there are some aspects of my life where God answered things so easily. So easily. And then there are other aspects where you have to wait because God is building your character and He wants to see that you are a good steward. So focus on your own journey. And while you're focusing on it, He's going to equip you, right? And you're going to build perseverance. So focus on your own journey. Sometimes people think waiting is a bad thing, but waiting is a good thing because you don't want to be entrusted with something so big and then you mess it up. Another thing is, don't compare your behind the scenes with someone's highlight reel. This is so true. Being also a therapist, I know this firsthand that you'd never know what people are going behind the scenes, right? You never know. So just be cognizant of that people are more inclined to share only the good bits of their life and refrain from sharing their struggles. Be content with who you are. God made you and He formed you with all your gifts and abilities for a specific purpose, right? And just feel secure and content with who you are, because at the end of the day, God's plans for you are good and you can rest in that. Be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. Count your blessings and name them one by one and just be grateful, okay? Thank you for this. Thank you for this milestone. So be grateful for that. Stop trying to please everyone. There will be characters who will not like what you're doing, how you dress, or whatever. So please just stop trying to please everyone. There was a time I had a younger relative come to me and they wanted help with their style and they were just concerned about their style of dressing. It was very edgy and I walked them through maybe, and I don't know if I should say authenticity journey, but just, hey, what does your this style make you feel? And I just went through that whole particular journey, and the next time they were rocking their style, and they weren't trying to please anyone, right? Don't compare your beginning with someone's middle. And this is true. Sometimes we see people who have been in the game for 20, 30 years, and we're like, oh man, I've just started. Okay, that's fine. At least you have a pioneer who you can look up to, hopefully, if they're kind. Yes, but just don't look at your beginning and compare with someone's middle or, final product, right? Find your identity in Christ. This is essential. Yes, this is so essential. I can say so much more, but let me leave it at that. Know your values. Spend some time just writing down your values. I've done that. What are your values? I've done that with a lot of my things, especially when I was writing my book. I was very particular about, this is what I want my book to convey. And funny enough, people came once they read my book. I had some of my neighbors come, and they said the same exact things that I wrote down. Hey, I want this to be like a conversation. I want this and they said the same exact thing. So know your values in every aspect of your life. It's so important. Yes, and then surround yourself with people who encourage you. Don't be afraid to speak up or stand for your beliefs. And that's it. So those 12 things, I think they fit perfectly into this conversation for authenticity. So we'll go ahead and go to the takeaways, and then I'll close. As I close, I want to emphasize the fact that authenticity is a journey. And as you become more mature in your authenticity, what happens is you no longer feel this pressure to perform. All limits are off. You do not have any constraints, and you're not trying so hard for people to see your heart in a matter. You're just really comfortable in your authenticity. So as you mature, as you walk through this journey, and if you are a Christian, you're walking with God, it just becomes second nature to you. It becomes second nature to you. So you don't have this pressure to perform. You don't have this showmanship. You're just okay. Hey, I'm okay with who I am. And you don't feel as if there are any limits. And it just feels natural. So you'll just be more and more comfortable in your authenticity. Okay? And that for me, I can say I do see a growth, especially on my YouTube, where in the beginning, I don't think I was being inauthentic, but I think I was just, I didn't know. My personality was not the most authentic, not out of choice. It's just, hey, I'm talking to a camera. That's weird, right? So, so in the beginning, I just feel as if I didn't know how to just be myself, but over some time, I just feel as if I'm myself. I laugh, I make my mistakes, I talk over myself. That's just me. I'm silly. Yes. So I think as far as personality-wise on this YouTube channel, it's, it was a journey. So sometimes you have to walk through a journey. It's not as if you're hiding anything or whatever. It's just you have to walk through a journey. Yes, so remember that I said that I will bring back that question. So with everything that I've said, I'm curious, on a scale of 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least authentic and 10 being the most authentic, I ask you, where do you fall? Are you still on the original number that you gave me in the beginning? Think about it. 1 being least authentic, 10 being most authentic. Okay? Now, before or as you answer that question, I want to give you 2 more things to ponder, right? Number 1, are you living an authentic life? That's a reflection that is so necessary, and it's so essential in your purpose journey, because you cannot walk your purpose journey with inauthenticity. You can't wear someone else's purpose, someone else's gifting, someone else's calling. You cannot imitate or impersonate somebody else in your purpose journey. So think about that. Number one, are you living an authentic life? Number two, if not, what steps can you take to begin living more authentically? So what steps can you take? Think about it. If there's an aspect of your life where you feel as if, oh man, I really want to be authentic in this aspect, and not for others, for yourself, right? Think about it. Think about it. And yeah, that is it, guys. I hope this video I said video. I hope this video was good. I'll go ahead and edit right now, but I hope you loved it. I'm actually going to go ahead and take a quick break. I think I'm gonna go and get some groceries right now. So yes, I hope you like it. And again, as I said in the beginning, this is one of those videos that I would love if you like or share it, just because this is a topic that I love. Okay, so that is it, folks. I love you, and guess what? I will see you on the next one.